Peace and love, everyone. Uh, Grateful to be before you all tonight, and hopefully, I can be able to give you some more insight on what's going on cosmically. Um, so we have a total lunar eclipse, and this is a blood moon. Okay, I like to call it the Phoenix blood moon because we're dealing with the moon being in Scorpio, and with the moon being in Scorpio, this is all about transformations. And so uh, a higher octave of Scorpio is the Phoenix. And so for those who are very interested in your own transformation and your soul journey, this blood moon is for you. So just to give you real quick some background on the eclipse and the blood moon, the Phoenix blood moon, I'm going to touch on some highlights I don't want to forget. So and by the way, as this live is building up, I'm just going to build up and give you some reference points, and you can always research this stuff for yourself. Um, so the blood moon eclipse is rare, and you need to know number one that it's potent. And again, these eclipse bring change, transformations. It brings closure, ending, and confirmation. Peace and love, River Shalom. Peace and love, J.R. Meadows. Peace and love, Sister Imam. Good to see you all. Um, and so these eclipses, they are rare and potent, like I said, and they carry a lot of weight. Okay, so they help you to uh, activate your soul contract, and that's what this is all about. Peace and love, Nubian Queen Show. Um, they carry the weight of 1,000 full moons. Okay, so this is life changing. So whatever you're going through right now is about to change forever. Okay, and we had a glimpse of this back in 2003, but we're going to get to that. I'm gonna save that. But a similar aspect is happening in the cosmos right now, at reactivating your soul contract, something that you came here to fulfill and accomplish for your own soul's evolution. That's happening right now. Again, peace and love, Natalie. Good to see you. Um, so again, the eclipses activate your soul contract, and so you might be thinking you're not where you need to be or where you desire to be, but you're absolutely where you need to be based off of your soul contract. Now, this is the turning point that's going to change everything going forward, because this is where you have to make a decision. Are you going to evolve, because this is dealing with the soul, or are you going to regress? So this is all up to you. This transformation, this is happening tomorrow. Now, leading up to eclipses, sometimes you can feel the effects leading up to the eclipse, or even during or after. So this is very potent, very powerful. Um, and if you need to get more in touch with your authentic self and become more of who you need to be, who you came here to be, this is the time to get in contact with that right now. Um, some of you will choose the path of the scorpion and um, deal with the lower self and do your shadow work. With this eclipse, this is a great time to do your shadow work because it activates all of the things that you cannot see. When this light is trapped, the sun and moon is in opposition, 180 degrees opposition. This is a time to work on those things that you cannot see or are blind to help you evolve. So with that being said, some of you will choose the path of the phoenix. So some of you are going to activate this transformation, and transformation don't always look good. Sometimes you have to burn yourself and burn those parts of you that need to uh, dissolve. Sometimes you have to let go of that part of yourself, which is really the temporary self, so that your soul can evolve. And that's what's actually taking place right now. Um, at least you have the opportunity to do that, to come out a whole new person, to reconnect with your soul. Peace of love, Louis Tahaka. Um, and again, the ascension process don't always look easy, or don't always look pretty, but um, this is something that you signed up for before you even came here. So this is a period of refinement right now. So anything that's worth having, or something that's truly valuable, it's been tested. And so that's what this is all about. This Phoenix blood moon. you going through your transformation being tested, especially with Mercury being retrograde right now in Gemini. So when you're trying to think through certain processes or find certain solutions, you might have a cloudy mind, but this is more so that you can reflect and contemplate during this time. I know people give Mercury retrogrades a lot of fault for a lot of different things, but this isn't about that. This is about self reflection. This is about going within, especially with Scorpio. Scorpio moon, this is all about retreat, going inside, discovering who you really are, who you desire to be, and then from there, making those necessary um, adjustments to your character. And especially if you need to heal. If you need to heal during this time, this is a great time to do that. You have Venus and Chiron in alignment, and Chiron is all about the wounded healer. Chiron is all about healing those past life or past experiences, those traumas, so that you can become whole. And Anpu, or you might know him as Anubis, he facilitates that transformation. And this is a principle in ancient Kemet. Um, it's all about healing. Okay, and Anpu's story is one that you can research, but it's very interesting the stuff that he went through. But that's what this period is all about, and it's all about your transformation right now. The changes that you make will last for a lifetime, forever. Okay, that's what this is all about. Scorpio deals with the desires of the heart, and you have the moon in Scorpio, the sun in Taurus. So this 180-degree opposition. Taurus is all about doing for self, gaining that independence, working hard, stability, while the moon is all about sharing others' resources, sharing other people's expenses, debt, finances, you name it. And that's what this is actually highlighting, okay? Becoming more independent versus relying on other people. Now let's look back at, I got the chart pulled up here. Let's look back at 2003. But before we do that, for those of you who have Mars at 22 degrees, 22 through 27 degrees in your personal chart of Cancer and Capricorn, this is huge for you. You're going to have a real huge activation. And this Mars conjunct Neptune and Pisces, this is going to activate floods. This is going to activate like watery events. Neptune is about water, and this could even be more physical events dealing with the lungs and breathing. So it's also going to activate snow. It's also going to activate higher gas prices, inflation. We talked about that earlier. All of that is going to happen during this time. And when we look at the Queen of England, for example, same thing. This eclipse is known to take people out. You also have this eclipse in alignment with Saturn. Okay, Saturn is known to take world leaders out. So you got Queen Elizabeth in her personal chart. You got Saturn in her midheaven, which suggests that her reign or her life it will come to an end before this year is out. But we already know about that. And other world leaders as well. So a lot of authoritative figures or people who are in positions that seem like they are world power is about to fall. So you got to see that right before your eyes. And this eclipse is affecting Ukraine because they have Scorpio and Taurus on its axis in its personal chart. So again, that's dealing with loss for them because they're dealing with crime, war. They're dealing with money, sex, power, and control and jealousy issues. So this is what they're experiencing right now, and it's pretty much over for them. But this also deals with the inflation in the financial market because Scorpio deals with a portion of that finance and a portion of managing that finance. So again, the market's about to get hit hard. And then when you have Mars entering into Aries, okay, on May 24th, it's going to be conjunct Jupiter. So that's going to activate a lot of different things that I just mentioned. Okay, so for you personally, you can take this all to consideration by looking back, okay, reflecting. In 2003, again, this is where you had this similar eclipse, this is exact eclipse, and this is when Tesla was formed. Um, this is where Slovakia, Poland, the Czech Republic, they all joined the EU. And this is when NATO took over command of the peacekeeping force in Afghanistan. And this is the first operation or first major operation for them outside of Europe. And so this is also where, if you pin this, you can also see this is where they first did the Pirates of the Caribbean. I ain't gonna get too much into that, but um, it's funny how it's resurfacing right before this eclipse. With um, you see what's happening to uh, I can't even think his name right now, but he's projected to win his case against Amber Heard. And when you look at uh, this eclipse, it's really dealing with karma. A lot of your karmic contracts is coming to an end. So Scorpio is the sex organs, and so if you attach yourself with soul ties to other people sexually, now is the time to get closure and close those doors out. If it's not leading to something serious of commitment, something of true worth and desires of your heart, now is the time to close the door. Um, and this is all happening at 25 degrees of Aquarius when you look at how the alignment will take place with Saturn at the apex of this full moon. So um, it's all about creating efficiency and creating true value. And again, Saturn is all about karma. This eclipse is more like a checkpoint in your reality, a checkpoint in your soul's growth to see where you are. And so this is a time where, again, you need to slow down, reflect, especially with Saturn being at its height. And where you have Saturn, it demands patience. Okay. And especially with this retrograde, you need to have patience and slow down for things to really come to the surface of, the forefront of your mind. Um, and this is where the planets is aligning, and the universe is calling us, is asking us to come out of hiding. If those of you have goals or you have different visions or desires to get out in public more, now is the time to come out behind, from the shadows. Um, this is all about ambition, but using that ambition to help drive your independence. Okay, not looking for other people to do the work for you. And this is all based on your individual, and I say that for lack of a better words, your own motivations, looking for things that motivate you instead of outside stimuli. This eclipse is all about evaluating all of the outside stimuli that took place from social conditioning, from the society, and what you allow to enter into your subconscious through the five senses, so that you can go ahead and cleanse these things and um, actually make a change. Because Scorpio also deals with water, and that's what this is about too, cleansing some of those desires that you don't need, because some of that stuff is from your shadow side, and some of that stuff uh, actually attaches or latches onto you. So this is a cleansing period for some of us as well. And you can't forget about the nodes. So the north and south node. Um, the south node in Scorpio is compelling us to release the heavy psychological, dysfunctional side of ourselves, because some of us don't want to admit that we are toxic or have toxic tendencies, or um, have certain tendencies that are dysfunctional. And this is what this is all about, cleaning these things up. So you can look back at 2003 and also 2012 through 2013, or December 2012 through January and February 2013, as where you were called to do the same thing, and look at those life events, and where you are now to measure that. So the changes that you make right now will actually impact your whole life, your soul going into the future. because these things that you choose to resonate with will not only attach to your temporary self, it will attach to your soul. Okay, and these are lessons. If you don't learn them now, you'll be continuing to work out that karma in the next lifetimes. So this eclipse is going to be huge. I would say definitely reflect on the things that you need to work on as far as your own toxic ways or dysfunctional ways, or even if it's stinking thinking or things like that that are holding you back, or even if it's down to the things that you are just so attached to in this temporary life. Ask why. Ask yourself, where is this coming from? Because these changes, again, is going to last for a long time, forever. And during this, all of this you have taken place under Scorpio. So Scorpio is just like that old story about the scorpion. The nature of the scorpion is what is in question right now. That story when the scorpion asked the turtle for a ride across the water. And the turtle said no because he realized, the nature of the scorpion. And the scorpion kept trying to convince the turtle to give him a ride. And, long story short, the turtle agreed. And in the middle of them being in the water, the scorpion stung the turtle. Okay. And the turtle said, "You fool, you just killed both of us. Why did you do that?" And the scorpion replied, "Because it's in my nature. I'm a scorpion." And so this whole moment is being highlighted right now. Know your own nature. What are you capable of? Okay. I know we can get inside of our own heads and look at our incapabilities, but what are you capable of, um, for the good or for worse? So this is what you'll be evaluating during this moon. I hope that you're all able to transform yourselves in the way that you desire. And you got to be real with yourself. This is all about being authentic, being more of who you are. They say that when you get resources, because you're dealing with Scorpio and Taurus about resources and shared resources, uh, resources change you. Well, resources don't really change you, it makes you more of who you are. So if it's resources you desire, will it make you more of who you are? And will that more of who you are be for the contrary of who you really came to be and become, or will it actually aid you? So reflect on these questions. This is a period of reflection because, again, this is going to last forever going into future lives. Okay. For those who have souls, not everybody have souls. That's another topic. But for those who have souls, the soulful people, this is a chance for you to evolve. Okay. Now, here's the consequence. If you don't evolve, uh, Mother Nature, she will erase you. She will uh, get rid of whatever is weak within nature. So if you do not um, confront this and evolve, then you'll deal with um, being wiped out and erased. Okay, so these are the consequences. And some of you will reincarnate, and then some of other you will um, go to other destinations beyond this. So hope this was able to give you some insight about this Phoenix blood moon. It's a total lunar eclipse, and that's 180 degrees away from the sun, opposition. Okay, so this is a time to look at your shadow self. Okay, so get that work done, and still rooting for you all. Each and every one of us got our task to work on while we're here on Earth, and that's the beauty of it. Nobody's perfect. Okay, we're striving for that. And this is another huge opportunity for you to get your stuff right. Okay, whether it be from finance, whether it be from your social status, whether it be from your mindset, having an impoverished mind versus having a mind of prosperity. Now, I say that's just not linked to finances, it's linked to, overall uh, wellness. Okay, so this is what this is a reflection on. Peace and love, JL. Peace and love, FIFO. Yeah, so this is what this is all about. So you all will have your task, and then tomorrow I'm definitely gonna get into the forecast. Peace and love, Annie V, to give you all some more updates of what's going on, um, and we're going to definitely stay on top of things because we got a lot of things brewing all over the world and some major global changes. People will be feeling this globally. This eclipse will actually take place, um, and the effects will be felt globally, and it will be affecting everybody as far as civics is concerned because you're going to see some major world changes um, in politics, in desires, in power, in possessions, and major changes to the earth, okay, and the inhabitants of earth. So this is all about change and transformation. Yeah, that's right. It's been a lot of shootings right before the eclipse, and that's is this energy brewing now. Again, whether those shootings are staged or whether they are, um, true de jure circumstances that took place. Both circumstances are still used by the colonizers for their benefit. So, um, and the narrative is only told a certain way by those who are controlling. And you know who are controlling? George Soros is controlling a large portion of the media. And you have people like Elon Musk saying, um, it won't. He wouldn't be surprised if he mysteriously um, was taken out and transitioned early. Uh, no health problems, no mental illness, no any of these different type of things. But if he mysteriously go, he already put the warning out. So um, all of this is orchestrated into their favor. Now, moments like this is a moment like these is the opportunity for everybody to transform themselves, which will actually have a boomerang effect to the universe. And we evolve everything on a collective conscious plane. Okay, so that's the ultimate goal. If we want to change things on a grand scale, they start small. So if you want to build a big house, you have to lay the foundation, and um, everybody have to do their own part. So this is a time where we're going to be doing our own work on ourselves, and we start to see the change because everything is mental. All of this is in the great universal mind of the creator. So it's all going to work itself out. Our frequency say we thank you for all. Peace of love. Thank you. Likewise, thank you all for tuning in and supporting. We definitely got huge, major transformations brewing, and with that being said, is all on us. So there's no more excuses. I know people ask all the time, what can we do? Um, Opportunities like this is what you can do. You can work on yourself, work on your own mindset. Some people are programmed to self-destruct, self-defeated mindset. So this is a time to fix that. Peace and love, Wanda Dawson. Good to see you. Some of our people want change or they talk about changing, but they still hold on to the same circumstances. And sometimes the universe will send people, situations, or circumstances your way to make you change because you won't change otherwise. You'll rather hold on to the same thought process, the same way of doing things, the same way of uh, being, and the universe have to send this to you in order to shake up your situation to get you to move because you'll stay stagnant um, or going down uh, the wrong path that's not meant for your journey. Okay. So you got to learn how to let go of the past. And this is a time about healing and forgiveness. So for those of you who are dealing with forgiving, this is your opportunity to do that as well. Uh, Scorpio likes to hold on to the possessions, and I'm not saying Scorpion signs, but I'm saying that um, the principle of Scorpio likes to cling to that um, earth and beneath the earth, get deep with their desires and holding on to certain desires. And so sometimes you can desire to hate a person and not know it. Sometimes you're programmed to do that. And this is a time where you got a chance to not do that. okay, and forgive, because it's only holding back your evolution. Okay, anytime you hold on to these things, it's holding you back, and they become your possession. So um, it becomes a situation where you're possessed by certain mindsets. You're possessed by the things that you think that you own. You think you own the mindset that you have, but you was actually programmed to have that, and you're on autopilot. It's not your mindset. That's somebody else's that placed that in you. And so this is what this change is about, or this opportunity. So I hope that you all take advantage of this. I know I'm going to be doing my own work as well. Nobody's perfect, and this is why we're going to be doing this together. We get these opportunities for a reason, and we got to utilize them. And like I said, some people would rather hold on to stuff, uh, and when you hold on to stuff, it eats away at your soul, and it's kind of like you're putting a book bag full of weights on, um, spiritually, and you're sitting down and you're trying to make all these moves, but you got all this resistance on. And so when you resist or trying to, make all of these moves with all this resistance, you wondering why it's so hard to get ahead when you're not trying to take off this book bag full of weights. And these weights can be self-destruction, thought patterns, hatred, unforgiveness, you name it. Okay. Uh, and some of our people, we witness it every day with this toxic mindset. So high frequency says it's like drinking the poison and waiting on the next person to die. Exactly. Yep. People say, "Oh God, this been the season of shadow work and healing, forgetting, let go for myself." No cap. That's right. This is a season for that. The collective. Okay, so a lot of us been holding on to different things um in the past, and these things are blocking you from truly being able to um obtain what you're after. And you may not think so, because you might think with this person or these people or this situation that took place was so um, traumatizing, but you're not realizing that that was there for you to grow. And that's what this is, essentially transforming your soul so that you can learn how to get through situations, and not be stagnant. Okay. Because everything has a consequence. So when you hold on to that, you're actually holding yourself back to some regard. Um, can you take constructive criticism? And that's what is actually, most people can't. Okay, a lot of people can't, and this what is highlighted during these times: the shadow work. What's some things that you do that piss off other people that you think, um, is okay? And when you do these things, you give yourself the benefit of the doubt, but when somebody else do it, you're ready to go off on them. So this is all about transforming. He said transforming, people said transforming pain into growth and power. Yep, that's the only way through this blood moon. It's the only way. And as you can see, the effects of this blood moon can has already been seen um in the sky. When you had the crimson red sky and the water's turning red. Now, some saying that's a biological weapon that was released as testing. Could be, but I know that, dealing with this red moon, the moon deals with the feminine principle, deals with the things that you're trying to birth as far as your desires, and is also dealing with, that birth and death and rebirth. So um, it's just highlighted. It's just right in our face how, the transformation is here, and you have an opportunity for rebirth. Okay, collectively as a whole, as a people, a new paradigm, a new shift. Okay, a new way of seeing things and being. So this is seen. This was seen all over China, you name it. Let me see. I just took pictures of the sky here in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's sun blood solid red. Yep. In different parts of the territory here, you've seen the same thing. Australia, China, Japan, Russia. They witnessed the same thing. And other places too. Let's see. Anybody got any questions before we get out of here? Any question? Okay, well, I don't see any questions. Okay, I figure say when is the eclipse? The eclipse is tomorrow, but I like to look at the days leading up to the eclipse. So I like to say it really starts a couple days before and a couple days after. It might have a long lasting effect after physically, but of course psychologically and of course on a soul level. Yeah. Real talk. I've been learning from everything, realizing things had to happen the way they did in order for me to elevate and evolve. Exactly. Yep. And once we learn to accept it, um, it's actually healing in that. And if you said the portal is open over, which one? I mean, it's many portals open, especially during times like this. When the seasons shift, the earth is at its weakest point, and that's when portals are open. And also, um, gateways to consciousness, is open. But yeah, which portal? Many different types of portal. What rituals do you partake in, if any, during eclipse or season change? Yeah, Pernell L. So during eclipse, you could definitely go ahead and meditate. Like I said, um, I myself I like transcendental meditation, because it works on the nervous system as well, and you got a lot of things stored in your nervous system. So a lot of times you got to clear out those things, um, just to even get to uh, the source. So I like transcendental meditation. Um, so does Stevie Wonder. And happy solar return to Stevie Wonder. He's a Taurus, and he got a song actually on transcendental meditation. He says TM in the AM, TM in the PM. So, what is the eclipse tonight or tomorrow? There was tonight. Yeah, so the full moon tomorrow, but you actually is moon is still waxing. You'll still feel the effects of it now. Yeah, Pernell L. Yep, and it's a great time to also ground yourself. I know that we're dealing with a watery full moon, but you also look at the opposition or the opposite sign in Taurus, to look at what you also can gain as far as grounding with the earth, using that earth element. No problem, Annie V. Yep, no problem. Yoga is good. Yes, there's many different types of yoga. And I know in the West, we're taught yoga as far as just the physical movements, but there's different types of yoga. And all types of yoga, the true intentions is to lead you back to the original source, which is the unlimited oneness power, which is the creator. And if the creator created you, you have that same power within you that created you. So um, you can tap into it at any time. There's many different ways. No monopoly on it. There are techniques to help you to achieve it faster. But yes, yoga is good. Yoga deals with the art of breathing, um, and activation of the what some call the wheels, the chakras, the kundalini, and this will provide you with more or better sight. A lot of I would say a lot of us are already psychic, or have that sight. We just, some of us have not valued it well enough to take care of it, and we have shut down our sensory perception with the things that you eat, the way that you think, and just not being aware of it. So you can actually do things to open that up, to become more psychic. There's different techniques to activate those chakras, and that will actually help you to have more intuition as well. So yoga is great. It's a great practice, or I should say, a great lifestyle to lead, because it'll help you with more than one thing, especially if you're trying to ascend. Any other questions? Yep, no problem, Annie V. No problem, Purnell. L. Any other questions? Oh, no problem. Thank you all for tuning in and supporting. Um, I'm just grateful to be able to share information. And I was just thinking earlier to myself about my own transformation that needs to take place, and I know that you know certain things in my past I'm still working to get over myself, and I think that all of us, as far as reprogramming ourselves um, from getting away from the societal norms and what they place on us, will be beneficial to us, because from a young age we come with these abilities, but we allow the junk that's placed in society and the collective consciousness to affect us in everything that we do. Um, and I think a lot of our people learn from this whole pandemic that it's time to evade that. It's time to get away from that. And of course, you still got people that are that love to be controlled. They love to be serfs. They love to be enslaved. But uh, from what I've experienced and what I've seen a lot of people starting to wake up. Um, Now, it may not all be on the same level, but at least they waking up to some degree. Um, Louis the artist said, "Thank you." Foot massage. What about foot massage? Are you talking about uh, reflexology? Yes, that's good too. High frequency says, "Do you believe a lot of us would not taste death?" Um, well, it depends on how you look at it, because death in itself, we're taught that it's something bad or something evil. But our ancestors viewed death as a part of life, a part of our culture. And death was just a transitioning of the soul from one plane or state to the next. And if you think that this is the end, then death is something to be scared of, I guess. But we know that for those uh, for those who have souls, we know that this isn't the end for us. We know that we exist beyond this 3D plane, and again, we have that ultimate power within us that created us. So this isn't the end for us. Um, Death isn't anything negative or evil or bad. It's just a transitioning period. It's like releasing a shell to move on to the next plane. So in that sense, some of us won't taste death because we'll just continue on the next plane. Um, and for those who have no souls, that's it. That's why they're cloning people. That's why they are making a lot of skin on the outside, robotic and electronic on the inside type of machines. Said for relaxing. Yeah, yep. Louis Talker, yep. I agree with that. People fact says facts, these bodies are just radio receivers of consciousness. The soul is beyond the flesh. Exactly. Yep. No problem, high frequency. Yep, and that's pretty much what our ancestors taught. Like this here, this isn't about when you start studying our ancestors, they'll say that we was obsessed with death, but that's we just knew how it played into our culture. You know the role that it has. So even now, we might see our people still pouring out 40s or malt liquor, whatever, Hennessy, whatever, um, for their dead homies, doing a libation, because we know that some souls linger on and some souls still are on certain planes um, with us. So high frequency that you are never too old to learn. I'm 53 years old and I'm learning a lot off of a young brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, let's. Oh, no problem. Thank you. Exactly. We all are learning every day, and that's a part of why we came here to learn. And that's the most valuable thing that you can give to anybody is knowledge. That's one of the greatest gifts you can obtain in life is knowledge. And what you do with it, that's something different. But knowledge is one of the greatest gifts that you can give. And the knowledge comes from a word called gnosis. And the gnosis comes from your experiences. So um, your experiences need to be shared. And especially if you been through a lot, they say that those who've been through a lot have a great story to tell. So tell your stories, become more of who you are. Um, Dr. Wade Noble said, applied knowledge is power. So when you apply the experiences that you've experienced and give them application and give them to other people, that's called wisdom. So that's what you need to do. All right. All right. So I hope that you all enjoy your eclipse. Reflect, take your time, be patient with yourselves. Don't get frustrated. Um, Look at all the things that you're attached to, your soul is attached to, or I should say that your temporary self is attached to, and try to remove those things because they may be causing resistance for your growth. So look at those things, observe those things, and see where you can learn to detach so that your soul can feel lighter and you can actually make some great strides. Um, so I hope that your eclipse goes well. I hope that you transform into the phoenix for those who that's your desire, or for the scorpion for those who that's your desire. Um, and you continue to evaluate your needs versus your desires. What do you actually need in life versus what you desire? And is it possessing you? Okay. Are you possessed by the things that you see, hear, taste, touch, or smell? And this is a great way to censor a lot of things that you allow in. All right. So you all enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you all tomorrow. We'll do the forecast, and I'll try to keep it short and simple. I know some of you are on sidereal, some of you are on tropical, and some of you are completely new to this. So I'll try to keep a healthy balance between all of them, but I'll try to keep it short and straight to the point. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Again, enjoy the rest of your night. Peace and much love. Hotep. May your soul find satisfaction. Until next time. Peace.